one more thing. Let me see. My grandmother is 100 years old. You know that?
Congratulations to Grant. Mm.
Just do what's in your heart and be the person to to be followed. No, don't go following.
Whoa.
Let them follow you. Yo, this is Mr. Blood, and you are watching Behind the Rhythm. Bon, bon, bon.
Hey guys, my name is Randy Eastmond, music producer, musician, and music educator from the beautiful island of Barbados. Welcome to my channel, and you are watching Behind the Rhythm. So, you may be asking, what is this all about? Well, on this show, you get a chance to meet the producers from Barbados and the Caribbean responsible for creating the music that you love. We take a look into their creative space and thought processes. We break down and unpack the elements of the music produced by our guests over the years. They share their tricks, techniques, and approaches in the world of music production. So, if you are new to creating music or you just want to see how these guys approach it, then you are in the right place. If you want to stay up to date with the new videos coming in this series and to check out our new content, just hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notifications. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button as well. Okay, let's get started and meet today's guest.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Rhythm. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your support. And we are happy that you're joining us once more. Today, we have a fantastic program for you. This gentleman that we're going to interview, I've been waiting to have this interview with him for such a long time. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to bring him on to the camera. He is a musician. He is a singer, a former member of the band Square One, Mr. Anderson Blood Armstrong. Where are you, my brother? Join us, man.
Look my hair. See my hair.
Bon. What's going on, buddy?
Bon. I good, man. All is well, all is well.
How have you been holding up, man, during this time? It's almost a year now we've been on lockdown. No live music happening or anything like that.
It is true.
Well, how have you been holding up?
Right. Like I said, no live music. Last year I did a lot of stuff though. I put out an entire album, and recorded quite a few artists as well. So
Nice.
I kept busy. Learned to do some video editing and videos and whatnot. And then near the end of the year, I got the opportunity to be on the other side of the music, not just perform it, but to spin other people's songs, play them on the radio.
Yeah, because you're working on
So
CBC, 94.7.
94/7, the best.
Nice.
That's right, the best 24/7, 2 to 6 p.m. You can catch me there. So let the people know you.
Nice. So tell us about that experience, man. I mean, like, what was it like being on another side of the music and having the opportunity now to showcase talent? Because you've been doing that for a while, by bringing talent into the studio and recording, but now you're actually allowed to play the music and give them another ear or another opportunity to be heard.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a fantastic feeling. I've been working at it and promoting and trying to get more local music, more Barbadian music. I don't like to say the word local because to somebody else we are international. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
we're all part of the same world.
Exactly. So more Barbadian music out there, and there's so much. So I feel so. I mean, it is a real good feeling to go on air each evening, and sometimes even on air while I'm there, discover that hey, this song was around, for so long, and I've never heard it because there are songs that was out there for like 5-6 years, some even 10 years that I have never ever heard, and fantastic music, Right. So it's a really good feeling, and I thoroughly enjoy the experience.
That's great to hear, man. And for the persons viewing right now, I know, Blood, you are somebody's favorite artist. You have so many fans out there. I'm going to ask you to share something right now. I want you to tell us 5 things that people may not know about you quickly. On the spot. 5 things that people.
It's amazing that you should ask me that, because it is only just a couple of days ago that I decided that I was going to include that segment in my show. It's called 5 About at 5:05 on Fridays, right? Because I have a show. It's called man. My Friday show is called 5 by 5. So I just play each genre. I just play 5 songs out of and come wrong. So I play 5 soca, 5 reggae, 5 R&B, 5 spooge, come back wrong. Right. So at 5 minutes past 5, I will randomly call an artist. Right. I will call you, and I'm gonna ask you to tell me 5 things, right, that you believe the public does not
Does
know
not know about you.
And so when you hit me with that, they just know it's like that throw me for like 6,
I
not
like,
5.
I like it. I like it was peeping. I like it was peeping in your
Yeah, you
plan,
like
man.
you the people for true. Let me see. I mean, the thing is, I'm so much out there that I feel people know almost everything about me. I'm not sure. People know that I like food, right? So, but do they know that I can cook? I'm a fairly good cook.
Nice.
Right?
So that's one.
That is one thing. That is one thing I believe people may not know about me.
I could take a one for you. They got saying behind it. I know a few people know you could use actually play.
Really? You mean over there? So the guitar?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Well, a lot of people. Well, true. A lot of people, a lot of newcomers may not know that I play the guitar. Right.
That's true.
So all right. Well, there's the sense you can go down there. They don't know that I also play the keyboards.
Right.
Right. So that's 3. We can go with 3.
Two more.
Well, I can tell you now, people don't know that I got 2 cameras.
Like that.
My first, yeah,
that's 4.
That's 4. I bought my first camera a couple of years ago. After I had one party, the Soca Royale in 2010, I decided that I was going to buy my own camera so that I could have a camera that when I'm ready to shoot my videos, I could get somebody to use the camera, so I could,
Okay.
I have a second camera that I got only just recently.
Nice. I'll give me one more thing. That's 4 of them. So give me one more.
One more thing. Let me see. My grandmother is 100 years old. You know that?
Congratulations to Brad. I like that.
Right there you go.
I love it. That's 5 days. I love that. So guys, today on Behind the Rhythm, we are in ReddHead Records. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break and we're going to be back. We're going to be unpacking the beat. That's a segment called Unpacking the Beat. And he's going to get to the nitty gritty of a particular song that he did. When we come back, you're going to find out more. So we take a break right now. Right. See you soon. Okay, guys, we are back. And as you can see in Blood's background, he has a red wall because we are in ReddHead Records. Are you right, Blood? Red.
That is correct. ReddHead Records.
Correct. And we are this segment called Unpacking the Beat. So, Blood, what song are we gonna be looking at today? First of all, which song we dealing with? I did this song performed by you.
Performed by myself, correct.
Right. And it's on a rhythm?
It's on a rhythm, yes. It's one of 3 songs on a rhythm. There's a fella by the name of Josh Ox. He's Josh Ox, right?
Yeah, youngster, yeah.
A youngster, correct, and also another young lady by the name of Naya, and they did more of a rap. Both of them did more kind of a rap kind of thing, and I on the other hand did more of a type of a cross reggae vibe on it.
Nice. So what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna let Blood get into the program he's using. I think he's using Logic Pro X. He's gonna share his screen with us so we can see.
Logic Pro, correct.
We're gonna understand how he put this song together. All right, guys. So what you're seeing right now, we are in ReddHead Records. And we are behind the rhythm, and we're gonna unpack the beat with Anderson Blood Armstrong with his song. So I'm gonna hand over to you, No Blood, and you're gonna explain the process to our viewers, in terms of how you brought this song together, all the elements that made it up. Over to you.
All right, cool, great. So what happened with this particular vibe? Now, I had like I said, it's part of a rhythm. So when the youngster came to me, the vibe I got was kind of let's kind of mix R&B pop kind of vibe with a reggae feel. And when I decided to do my stuff on it, then I said, well, that heavy reggae mixed with a kind of a soca vibe, we're gonna try to fuse everything together. So rather than have a straight foot drum, I decided to do something like this, right?
Nice.
Yeah. Cool.
So how you hold it? Let me ask. How you even choose the the tone for the kick? Like
Well, I wanted for that, I wanted to get a nice big full clubby foot drum, right? Seeing as we were going almost reggae hip hop, so that if I felt like I would not have to do too much on the bass end,
right?
The kick would fill it up, and then we would build everything around
that, right?
So that kick then would be almost basically be the identity of the vibe, right?
Okay.
Anything else is sugar and cream.
Right,
so
right.
Then the tonal of the snare, or what we would call the snare, I also wanted to go away from the traditional hard, probably soca type snare, also trying to stay within a reggae R&B type vibe. So the snare, we went this way. All on the off, right?
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Then hi-hats, of course, Yeah. Hi-hat quite edgy.
Yeah. You bring that flavor, that modern flavor to your hats.
Correct.
Yeah.
So already it makes it wanna nod, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What happens next? Without trying to fill this rhythm up too much with too much percussion, because sometimes the more you add, right? In most cases, the more you add, the smaller the sound becomes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Because you have so much more space being taken up. So I did not want to take away from that big heavy kick, right? Right. So kept it nice and spacey.
Nice.
And added some timberlanes as well.
Nice. You got some ancient room down there too.
Simple.
Yeah.
Correct. So then, of course, as the song will go, depending on the build-ups and whatnot,
drum roll.
they have a nice roll. And it's also, and that drum roll is kind of more on the reggae side.
Right.
Keep building. Now, what I usually do with a lot of tracks is I always find one tone that I will use continuously throughout the song, and it may not necessarily be percussion,
right?
But in this case, I liked, and usually where we would sometimes put that tom, that off tom, boom, skip, boom, right? I decided to use something small so that we don't again take too much away from that kick, right? We want to keep that kick big and heavy all the time. So right there, it's just a snap. Cool.
Nice.
So that was it for my percussion. I just obviously, for accents and whatnot, you got a nice.
There's crash coming in there.
That's right, crash with an effect.
An effect on it.
So what? So what happened next now for me is after that, I did not play the bass or even the chords. What I did was I started to sing, right? And I sang what I thought the bass should be doing. I turned on the mic and I sang bim, 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 bim.
So that's like a bass thing then?
Correct. But I mean, I did not know. Okay. I think intentionally it was supposed to be the bass. But I just sang a normal voice and I was liking how it was sounding. So I tweaked it and then I obviously put on, I put on the vocal transformer upon it, a flanger, compressor, and drop the octaves down, and
Right.
that is what you got. So I use that, and then I play the bass to play exactly the same thing. So both of them sometimes play together, and then at other times, because of the different moods and movements in the song, I would have that, like, that actually starts the song before the bass comes in heavy with the foot drum.
Nice. That's interesting.
Mr.
Okay.
Blood.
So that's what ended up calling it the big rhythm.
Just to get a little closer, get a little closer to you. Yo,
Nice.
Mr. Blood, here you see me.
Yeah, man. Right?
Nice. The VST that you would have used for those synth tones, just so that
Yes.
persons who may be interested in production can see, your approach in that regard.
Correct. So for the bass, for the bass, we use the Alchemy, and inside there we got the Agile. But that was as you can tell, is a synth bass, and it's called the Agile synth bass inside of the Alchemy, and I kept it on the Buzzy, because I didn't want to have a full round bass. I still wanted to keep the star of the whole thing, the foot drum, right?
Right.
For the synths now, that is directly out of the Logic library.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just obviously, equalization on it to make sure that I get, the right buttons or the right top or or the mid, wherever.
Yeah.
And then of course add some delays on it, and reverbs. Right. Logic, of course, is not cooperating.
But that's all right.
Understand?
That's all right. We go over that. That's okay.
Yeah. Then we use the there is another tone I have that I have not played as yet. Right. It is a backward fifth, also out of the Logic library. Right. And that plays a tone. Here you go. Right. It's almost like a marimba, but it's softer with a little bit more echo and delay on it, right? So and that plays.
And those delays will fill up the spaces as well too.
Fill up, exactly. So then you come and let's solo all of those so that we can put it all together. And I try to keep this as simple as possible. There's some tracks that, I mean, once you start building, especially like with the drums, you feel there's so much that you can feel. So the approach there is put in everything, and you're dancing to the beer drums, then you build the music, right? And it depends, because if the singer is singing and you catching a vibe from that, right? You just go with the music. So you can put in everything and then take out stuff.
Yeah, correct. Because less is more.
Right? Because less is more. Right. So with all of that stuff in, right? This is how it sounds. Let's take it from the top, where we do have some edits as well, right? Where we take out the foot drum and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Right, so there you got a loop,
nice,
right?
Yeah.
And all you got to do with it is create the moods now with the edits.
Right.
Vocal wise, obviously, you then start to listen, you write a song, and the edits will complement where you go with the song anyway.
How is it for you producing yourself? Is that a challenge? Because you're obviously you're an artist, but you also fill the role of producer and artist at the same time in some instances.
It can be hard, but it can also be quite easy because you know what you want first and foremost. You know what you want to hear with your song, right? And but sometimes that is why you would find like a producer like myself will come to you, right? Another producer, because at some point in time you don't want to sound like yourself. You don't want to sound like you produced it. You know, you want another vibe. So that's where when I come to you, I am just the artist. I don't even want input. You know, I may have ideas, but I keep all of my ideas to myself because I do not want it to go any
your
direction that I would have taken.
You take off that producer's hat once you step into the artist role in another studio.
Pretty much with that. Yeah, definitely. You know,
nice.
So, but producing myself does be fun because there's when I you know, I experiment. You know, I try different things, and then because nobody else is around to tell you, well, man, that is nonsense, right? Or that real good. You just enjoy
just having fun and making music and creating.
You just have fun. Yeah. Correct. So there's no tension, there's no stress. It's just, let me do this, and however it come out, you know, as long as I'm happy with it. Foot on Fire was a case like that. You know? Foot on Fire. Foot on Fire was like that, you know. The approach to Foot on Fire now was okay, let me write a song, right? And I took myself back to After Dark days, right? Where when a song, if you're in After Dark and you partying and the DJ start a song, immediately you can identify what song is playing. And before the singing starts, you know, there's a bigger roar. And then I don't know if you ever noticed it, but when the singing starts, everybody sings at least the first 2-3 lines, and there's mumble the rest. Don't care how much they know. Correct. So that was the intention of that. When the song start, right, you got to recognize it, and 2, you got to be able to sing at least the first 4 lines, right?
Whoa.
And then of course remember the chorus. And that was the intention with that song.
You know, give us.
I wake up one morning. Yeah.
You just give us songwriting 101 there in one. So guys that listening, you know, you're getting some extra tips here on songwriting, not only producing. There's some extra tips there.
There you go.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
All right. So you talked about, you know, your songwriting and how you would have handled Foot on Fire. But after you put the rhythm together here with this particular song, you know, I want you to tell us, you know, the thought process and what you did to actually get it fit into the chord structure and the harmonic structure, the actual rhythm that you would have built.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something not too heavy on soca, go more like the rap, because the 2 youngsters on the rhythm were both like heavy dancehall and rap music kind of vibes. So I didn't want to change that vibe, right? But I was enjoying the rhythm, and I wanted to do something on it. So in fact, one of the first comments that somebody made when they heard the song was that it sounded like Shaggy, right? It has that kind of a reggae influence, you know, crossover R&B feel. So then I didn't want it to be a full-on soca dance kind of lyric. Yeah, I wanted something that was more of an international, you know, love appeal kind of thing. And that's why all I want is to be a little closer to you. Yeah, is the theme, and here is how it went.
Yo, Mr. Blood. Hear this. All I want is to get a little closer to you. Yo, Mr. Blood, here you see me. Yeah, y'all, you drive me crazy. The way you move does amaze me. The way you bubble, call it magic. You a genie. Wow. Come a little closer, closer. Back it up on me. Yeah. I love up your sexy body. Y'all fling it up on me. All I want.
Yeah. Pull up,
Yeah.
rewind. You know what I'm telling you.
It's
true.
an interesting style to hear you on.
Yeah,
though, Blood,
man.
that's the
Yeah,
truth, but I
man.
love it.
Yeah,
I
man.
love it.
And also all the background
But
vocals
it
I
really
did.
shows it dexterity. Mhm.
Yeah, all the background vocals, you know, and of course you see those little ad libs in it that actually sound like if Shaggy put the voice inside.
Right.
Also,
But
like
talk about that, like putting the ad libs, and because that's something as a like new artist coming to me as a producer, it was okay, guys, vocals finished. Let's look at the ad libs. And
Yeah.
like, huh?
Yeah.
We got, explain that process in terms of finding the spaces for them ad libs.
Correct. Well, you don't. That's the thing, and it's the same. It's the same thing I tell artists. You don't have to find the spaces. The spaces are already there, right? You've already sung the song.
Right.
Just fill the spaces and just be you, right? You could go in there and you could do whatever, and because they're ad libs. When you're done, we could take out what we don't need, and we can always shift the good stuff, into other spaces, right?
Right.
So don't overthink it. Just enjoy going there and enjoy your song, and do whatever you feel, in the spaces. There are some people who sing ad libs.
Right.
There's some people, who like me, just do little noises and and double up lines and that kind of stuff, because there's nothing wrong with doubling up lines.
Yeah.
But I find what I don't like is if you're singing a line and then you're crossing the line with an ad lib that just it's
that confuses the whole thing.
Completely different. It just confuses
the attention.
So exactly. So some people plan out their ad libs, go home, listen to the song, they hear the spaces and say, okay, cool, in this space, if I'm going to say back it up from me, right? And there's a space to back it up, right? And reinforce the lyric, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So, and then of course, doing ad libs at points to build up, like you're coming into a chorus or coming into a verse, that kind of stuff, right? So like give that section a little more hype and that kind of thing. But don't be too scientific about it, man. Enjoy. Most important thing is enjoy the song. And it is your song that you wrote and you just record. Get in there, put on the headphones, and enjoy the song, and be on the dance floor, right? Do the things and say the things that you would say if you was on the dance floor and the song was playing and you was enjoying it.
Because it actually is a performance. People don't realize going into the studio is actually a performance.
Exactly.
So the same way you prep for stage, you got to prep even more for studio. Because I always tell vocalists, you kind of have to exaggerate your performance in the booth.
You do.
Because there's no one cheering you on. You don't have no energy. It's just you and a microphone and a pair of headphones.
Exactly.
So the character that you need to connect with at that point in time is something, is, I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, you gotta see yourself performing to yourself, right? And that's basically how I just explained it. You got to see yourself on stage, and you got to see yourself in the audience looking at yourself on stage and saying, man, you singing bare foolishness, or you got me hurt, you got me hurt, you understand?
Right.
So them is the kind of thing you gotta put yourself in position that if you were in the crowd watching a performance of this song, what would you want the person to do? How would you want the person to make you feel? Them are the kind of things that you gotta think about when you go in there, especially to do the ad libs. And of course, the vocal, it is a vocal performance, right? As good as you could sing, if there's no energy in it, it can fall flat,
Right.
So you gotta do it's a vocal performance. You gotta go and do it and do all the time.
Guys, that was the BIM Riddim in ReddHead Records with Mr. Anderson Blood Armstrong. And I gotta thank you, Blood, for really bringing that perspective, because it was a completely different type of insight, because you as a producer and an artist at the same time, because you're composing the music and you're also writing the melodies and the lyrics, and you really give us an additional kind of value there. You give us some songwriting 101, so the perspective today was different. And seeing and hearing you in this element is great too, because it lets people, it probably that's the sixth thing people don't know about you. You can do other genres and do other stuff.
I can do other genres, correct.
So, you could do other stuff. So this perspective was really, really good today, to have that insight and that look into your thought process in terms of how you made this rhythm. And we want to thank you for that. We have an exciting segment coming up, guys. That was Unpacking the Beat. This next segment, though, we're going to challenge Mr. Blood, the boss. We're going to give you 5 minutes, Blood, to build a rhythm on the spot for the people watching. Right? So we're going to take a break and we'll be back shortly with Behind the Rhythm. Stand by. Hey guys, we are back. Thank you for joining us and staying with us through this episode. We have Mr. Anderson Blood Armstrong from ReddHead Records. This is Behind the Rhythm. This particular segment is a fun segment, man. And we're going to enjoy this totally because what we are doing now, Andy, I'm giving you only 5 minutes to build a rhythm on the spot for our viewers. You ready for this one?
Yeah, man. We can do something. 5 minutes.
All right.
Like that.
5 minutes.
Go. A 5 rhythm.
All right, so I can give you a countdown. So we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Yeah.
I'm going through these here quickly, boy. All right, Andy, you got 4 minutes left.
Four minutes left.
Yep.
Yeah. Come true. Yeah.
You got 3 minutes left.
What? Where you going playing chords on bass? I'm playing chords on bass. Where are you?
Time getting short.
All right, and I step on the drums. Don't worry. Be gonna be there. Yeah. I gotta turn off the quantization. That's what happened. This is recording.
2 minutes left on the clock.
I'm glad I record.
Loving it so far. Loving it so far. Got 1 minute on the clock, Andy.
What?
25 seconds left. Pressure on, pressure on.
No guitar, no guitar.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
I can stop.
1. That's your time, Andy. Yeah, man. All right, Bless. So that was 5 minutes, man. You gotta let us hear what you put together just now, what you cook up. So let me hear that 5-minute beat there.
All right.
Nice. Nice. I like that. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on Behind the Rhythm today. We had Anderson Blood Armstrong from ReddHead Records. You know, it was an enlightening session. Anderson, I want to thank you so much. You know, for those young producers who are watching, what advice would you offer? Just one or two tips for those persons who may be interested in getting into the game of production.
Well, yeah, if you're interested in getting into the game, you know, talk to somebody who's been in it for a while, because when I got in and I wanted to start producing and recording and learn about, you know, the softwares and that kind of stuff, I spoke to Andrew Denny, who was, you know, I mean, everybody goes to Andrew Denny. So
Right,
yeah, and just chase half of your dream, you know, just do what's in your heart. Don't worry about what's trending, and you know, and what songs and tunes people are into and all that kind of stuff. Create your own thing. You know, you do your own thing and be the person to be followed. No, don't go following. Let them follow you, right? And just create your own vibes.
I love that. You know, that's so true, Andy. You know, I really got to thank you for those words, because that's something that I live by too. You know, you don't have to follow all the trends. You know, just do your own thing and be creative. All right. So some awesome takeaways today, people. You know, Behind the Rhythm, we're continuing. You know, thank you so much for the support. I also have to say thank you to my technical coordinator, Mr. Shamar Coombs, who's been guiding us through the process with all the technical setup. Thank you, Shamar, so much for the insight and for the dedication that you're showing here with Behind the Rhythm. That has been another session, and we look forward to seeing you with more sessions. If you want to be notified about what's going on, hit our subscribe button below, hit the notification button below as well, and stay tuned to Behind the Rhythm. We're out. See you guys.